My mission is twofold, or threefold, I would say. Number one is that I want to touch the inner greatness in myself. In order to do that and fulfill that prophecy or that legacy that I'd like to leave behind, that I want to do that through people. And so that's my second, is having people understand that there's no limits on what their abilities are. It's just they have to decide, when I call it be a superhero. They have to decide, are they going to wear the cape or not? And then by extension is the companies that they work for. I want the companies to be able to grow and understand that they grow and be able to serve their customers and their clients through the greatness of their employees, the greatness of the company vision, and then have those folks live it out. Because I try to help people understand organizations, the employees, staff employees, managerial positions, C-level positions. I try to help them understand that you can't get to the top by starting at the top. You have to be granular, get a little more subterranean. I like to quote often 7 Habits of Highly Effective People with the late Dr. Stephen Covey. And that first module talks about purpose with the end in mind. So we have to have a destination. Where are we headed? In our personal lives, in our personal professional lives, where are we headed as an organization? Are we doing any benchmarking? Are we learning from any failures that we've had? Are we incorporating our people, or do our people hear their voice in where the company is headed? Do you hear your own voice in terms of where you're headed? So that's the differentiator in the services that I offer, is that I go from the granular, from the very rock bottom. I like to think about it from a Three Little Pigs perspective. Remember Three Little Pigs? The big bad wolf, he blew down the hay house, the stick house, but the brick house he couldn't blow down. Why? Because of the foundation of the brick house. We have to have a strong, strong foundation of which to build and be able to withstand anything that comes our way. And that's the differentiator in my services. I had to give a lot of credit to my experience with, I think first it was Pacific Telephone and Telegraph, and then they became Pacific Bell, and then they became SBC, and while it was Pacific Telephone and Telegraph, the parent company was AT&T, and then went all the way back to AT&T. And one of the things that I learned early on working with that organization was they were customer service driven. Everything was about customer service. I have evolved from customer service to customer value. And evolve from customer satisfaction to customer value. Because if you value something with all your heart, you value it, you cherish it, you're going to do everything possible to make sure that they get what they need. So I got a lot of that experience from the phone company, working in call centers, working in sales, that it was all about the customer. Forget everything else. Is the customer happy? Is the customer getting the service and products that they need to move their organizations, move their company? Why are we here in capitalist America? To increase revenues, reduce costs, address productivity, quantify all of that, and with the return on investment. That's the mechanics of it. But how do you move it? You move it with your people. And who are the beneficiaries of it? Your end users, your customers. So without them, you do nothing, right? You cannot be anything without your customers. So it really is disheartening in a general way when I go to a mall or I go to a restaurant and I see substandard service, man. It just drives me nuts to see that, and I want to affect change in that.